Getting back to the income statement, we do have the missing data, which I have specifically highlighted, and we will try to fill that up. Make sure that the data that I have for you that is already being embedded, make sure that you do apply that. I have the formulas right there in front of you, so I'm going to take my time and just show you what I have for the formulas, starting from the top. Alright, so since we have the EBITDA, we will try to find out the EBT, the EBIT, in short. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and type in equals the sum. So let me just go ahead and do that. So go ahead and go to your EBT. What do you have for the EBT? EBT, we have equals sum. And then you will go ahead and just drag that one down. So for the EBIT equals 775, EBT equals 775. Don't worry about the values that I have for you over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. For the taxes part, I'm going to go ahead and type in equals C24, obviously. So 2 C24 multiplied by C46 multiplied by, and then scroll down to C46, enter 1628 should come up. And what I'm going to do now is to find out my, obviously we do have the net income, but I just want to double check that. I want to, it's not supposed to be positive, it's supposed to be negative, so I'm going to go ahead and change that to negative. There you have it, negative 1,628. In order for you to find the net income, equals sum, and then just go ahead and drag and then enter. Net income as a percent of revenue, we have we have the values 25.78%, and honestly, at that point, all I did was just very much use equals C26, which was my net income, divided by C7, which was the net rev. I don't like the way it looks at the moment, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and format this and remove the 2 decimal places. So format cells, and then make that to 0. Let me check. EBITDA, we have 7750, depreciation, amortization, EBIT, taxes, net income. Yep. So all I'm gonna do, just to clarify, I'm going to go ahead and drag all these towards the right. I don't like the highlighted part. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. No fill. No fill. And the values that I have, I'm going to make sure it's all very much in bold. Alright? Bold. Bold. EBT, bold, and net income also in bold, and taxes, raw materials, total OPEX. Yep, all the data that I have for you is very much accurate. You have the net income. I'm going to make that to bold as well. 7750, 1628, 59%, 14,000, 23,750, and so forth. Go back to the balance sheet. We do have the balance check that is currently missing, but we will go ahead and try to find that out. We know for a fact that the balance check, its assets equals liability plus equity. So all you need to do is just type equals, and then go to your total assets, 13,150. Net minus C27, which is total liabilities and equity. Enter, and then all you could do, you can go ahead and drag that all the way towards the right. Mm, 2346 1566 12,757. There seems to be an issue here. 13,000. This is right. 2850 total liabilities and equity 14,000. Let's check. What if I go ahead and drag C6 D6 C6 plus 23. Okay. We do have 8,000. Okay, 25. What if I? Let me go ahead. There you. Okay, no. Let's complete the interest payment. Equals the 41 multiply by the 20 and enter, and then you can bring it all the way towards the right. Getting back to our income statement, what do we have for the interest expense? Let's go ahead and apply that. Equals negative, and then the balance sheet itself, which is D42, equals minus, and then go back to your balance sheet and go to cell D42 and enter. Kills balance sheet, then change this to 665, bring it all the way to its right. We have the EBITDA and then the depreciation and amortization. We need to find the formula for the amortization part. And since we already have the data for the fixed assets, just type in equals. So equals, and then your fixed assets, and it's going to be, what do we have for the fixed assets? D15. Yep, there you have it. Yep, that's fine. And then you can go ahead and drag that all the way towards the right. Since we already have all our data very much stated, EBITDA, EBIT, let's go back to our balance sheet. $10,000, 14,993, 10,300, 9,800. So this data is all correct, and you don't need to highlight these. I'm just trying to make sure my data is accurate. You don't need to do what I'm doing right now. This is fine. 12,507. We do have 30,000, 25,000, C25 income statement. Retained earnings worth up to 2,550. What do we have? Equals C25, equals C25. plus go back to your income statement and then go to cell C26. Go back to your income statement and then C26. Equals C25. Hmm. 7750 4952. This is correct. And once again, you don't need to highlight. I'm just checking if the data is very much accurate. 76543. Alright. So equal 7750 minus 2798. Go ahead and drag 2798, 665, 2798, and then you got 558. C24 equals 448. Equals, and then go to your balance sheet. What do you have for cell D42? Interest payment of 665. And enter. I'm going to make sure that we do provide the negative sign. Negative. And drag that down. Cost of goods sold. We did end up making profit. 8,000. And I'm gonna go ahead and drag that all the way towards the right. I do want to make it look clean, so I'm gonna go apply the comma. Not 2 decimal places. $9,750, 22,000. I do need to remove the negative sign for the accounts payable, since we do need to head towards profit. And go ahead and drag 379,757. This is all correct, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make that to green. Once again, you don't need to make it to green. 757. I do want to fix the data that we have over here. Next, net fixed assets, 10,000, 8,000. Okay, that's correct. 14,000. 24,000, 17,000, 17,448. Yeah, something's happening over here. We need to fix that up too. $6,952 equals sum. I got 13,113. C12 plus C7. C12 plus C7. D12. C9 plus C10. C9. C9 plus C10. So equals, let me check, equals sum for 17,413. So this all is correct. 17,285. 17, 16, 15, 14. Okay, so 13,000. Nope. This data is incorrect, so we need to fix that. I'm just gonna go ahead and make that to red. And all that is correct. 12,095, 12,095. These are correct, so I'm gonna make that to green. 4238 is also correct. 12,000, 14,000, 12,336. Let's go to your statement of cash flows. Let's go ahead and apply the formula that we have. So in order for me to apply the formula, I'll go ahead and type in equals. Then you go back to your statement of cash flow and type in the cell C26. Let's go back. And what do we have? Cell C26. Enter. Operating expense. Let's check. We have 4952 equals, and then go back to your fixed assets, D15, and enter. I don't want it 2 decimal places, so I can just remove that and put a comma. Operating activities, depreciation. What was the cell? Fixed assets, D15 equals, go back to fixed assets, D15, enter. Let's go for the change in accounts receivable. So type in equals, go back to your balance sheet and enter D6. D6 minus C6, so D6 minus, and then it's going to be C6, and enter. It's going to show you 88. You'll make that to negative, and then there you have it, 3. It shouldn't be 388. Let me fix that, D6. It should not be 388, so you just put in the parentheses, and then you can also close the parentheses, and then enter, and then it's going to show you 88 in negative amount for changes in account receivable. We'll now proceed with the changes in accounts payable. So equals, and then go back to your balance sheet, and then proceed by clicking in D16. D16 minus, and you can go to the cell itself, which is going to be C16. So C16 is going to be right there, and then enter. It's going to show you 20, and you're probably wondering what would be the change in deferred rev. All you need to do is just very much drop it down. There's just a lot going on. I want to make it look a lot more efficient. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make this to bold, align, top border, there you have it, investing cash flow, and go ahead and make that as well, top border, make this to bold as well, financing cash flow, top border and bottom border, and net cash flow as well. That's going to be the bottom border. Net cash flow. The debt borrowings, debt repayment and net borrowings, 1, 2. CapEx, I'm going to make sure that's also going to be in the right indent, 1, 2. Depreciation and the rest also is going to be indent 1, 2. And yeah, this is how it's supposed to look like. Let's go for the operating cash flow. So the operating cash flow is very much equals sum, and then you may go ahead and drag and enter, and you can make this as bold. For the capex, you could put in equals and then go back to your fixed assets and go for the cell D8. Once again, this is for the capex. So equals, and then go back to your fixed assets. And what do you have? Total capex 14,000. But we're gonna make that to negative. And there you have it. The investing cash flow is very much what you already have, which is 14,000. Now we'll go ahead and proceed with the debt repayment equals, and then go back to your balance sheet. And what do we have? What do we have for the debt repayment? D40. So go ahead and enter. And I'm going to make sure that also is going to be in the negative area. So just go ahead and put in the negative value and enter. Even if I were to drag, I highly doubt it's going to show me the amount. Yeah, that's what I was expecting it to show. So let's check again. What are we missing? D39. So if I were to go type in equals, balance sheet, what do we have? Yeah, D39, and enter, and then this should be on your screen rather than dropping it down. For the financing cash flow, equals sum, and then you very much just enter the remaining data. There you have it. Now for the net cash flow, you will once again type in equals C4 plus C10. So equals, what do you have for C4 plus C10 plus C13 plus C17, and then enter, and it will show you 7,346. C4 plus C10 plus C13 plus C17, 1685. Once again, the net income seems to be a little bit off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make that to red just to make sure. But these, the data that I have for you over here, they all are very much accurate, so I'm going to make that to green. And what you could do, you can go ahead and drag the data all the way towards the right. And there you have it. Let's go back to our income statement. Let's double check everything that we do have. C5 multiplied by negative C34. Let me go make some edit. 1250. That's fine. Let me go back to my balance sheet. 500 through 38. 17,285. Okay, that's good. We got our data. This is now correct, and I'm gonna go make sure that I'm going to highlight all that. This is also indeed correct, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight that as well. That's correct. That's correct. This is also all. This is correct too. I'm just going to double check all the data that I have. 300, 220, 9879. 300 is already on there. And then we also have 14,939 equals D26 plus D22. 14,939, total equity 14,000. You also do have the balance check. Let me check my balance check. D13 minus D27. Let's go all the way towards the top. Go ahead and type in equals C5 plus equals C5 plus the statement of cash flow, which is 7,346. Enter. Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to go ahead and proceed by dragging it all the way towards the right. 32, 36. And then if you were to go back to your balance sheet, it is showing you negative amounts. Okay. So 23462120 income statement is also very much valid towards what we do have. Mm, 2210. Let me try dragging this one too. Two 2822 4026. Go ahead and make that green. Okay, so this value is very much balanced. 2825. Income statement, revenue 2386. Statement of cash flows, C5, C18. And I can go ahead and change that to green. And it does show me that my balance has significantly increased towards the years 2210, 5032, 9079, 14,963, 24,876. So what you're going to do, this part, I'm going to go ahead and make this to Q and A. And for the first question, you could just type in, what have you learned from the three-statement model? And you can make your response over here. So this right here is your question. What have you learned from the three-state model? And what you could do, you can go ahead and merge the data right here, the cell sheet. That's fine. And you can go ahead and make your response. I have learned and then you can go ahead and make your statement. Also, do make sure that you also provide me this question as well. What can you tell me about the final data that you have received from your balance check? So if you were to go to your balance sheet, what can you tell me about this information right here? All of you may probably have different amounts, different data, different amount of numbers, and that is completely okay. You don't need to get the same data set, the same data numbers that I have for you. Alright, if mine is different and yours is different, that is completely okay. As long as you provide me the formula, that is more than enough for me. That means that I know for a fact you were watching the videos, and not only that, you even try to apply the data set formulas within the data sheet itself too, and that is completely okay. So once again, what can you tell me about the final data that you have received from your balance check? And then you may go ahead and make your statement. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and merge. Make sure that it's readable. Alright, I do want to make sure it's readable, and you can always format this if you want to make more space. 18. And you could also drag. As long as it's readable, that's totally fine by me. Alright, well, that's all I have for you. And once again, if you need any more additional help, please make sure that you do end up seeing me during my worries period. I'm more than welcome to do a walkthrough. And I can go ahead and make this to green since this is the right data. All the data sets that I have for you, all the numbers that are provided is very much correct. If you do have different numbers, once again, please listen. If you do have different numbers, that is completely okay. As long as you provide me the formula, which I will check, then you are good to go. Alright? Alright, thank you.